Have you ever looked back at your life and thought, I lost years? Not just time on a clock, but years of peace, years of purpose, years of relationships, years of joy. Some people feel like they lost years because of bad decisions, addiction, depression, broken relationships, sin, trauma, or just season where life hit them hard. And one of the biggest lies people believe today is this: it's too late for me. But the book of Joel speaks directly to that lie. The book of Joel is a prophetic book in the Old Testament. Joel is speaking to Judah, God's covenant people. At the time Joel is preaching, the nation is in crisis. There's been a devastating disaster, a massive locust plague. Not just a small inconvenience, it was a total collapse. The locusts destroyed crops, food supply, economic stability, and even the ability to bring offerings to the temple. In Joel 1, Joel describes it like wave after wave. What the cutting locust left, the swarming locust has eaten. In Joel 1:4. But Joel makes it clear this isn't the only agricultural issue, it's spiritual. Joel is using this disaster as a wake up call, a sign that the people have drifted from God. And Joel's message is not, God hates you. Joel's message is, come back. Joel 2:12-13 says, Yet even now declares the Lord, return to me with all your heart, with fasting, with weeping, and with mourning, and rend your hearts and not your garments. Return to the Lord your God, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love. That phrase, rend your hearts and not your garments, is important. In Joel's time, people would tear their clothes as an outward sign of grief or repentance, but God is saying, I don't want a performance. I want your heart. That's the context. Joel is preaching to people who are suffering real loss, experiencing real devastation, and yet still being invited into the repentance and restoration. Then we get to the famous promise in Joel 2:25. I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten. Now, this verse was often quoted and it's powerful, but we need to understand it in context. God is not promising that Israel will never face hardship again. God is promising this: if you return to me, I will rebuild what was destroyed. And not only rebuild externally, he restores spiritually too. Joel 26-27 continues, You shall eat in plenty and be satisfied, and you shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and my people shall never again be put to shame. So the restoration is provision, identity, and relationship with God. Now, here's how this connects to our life today. Even though we are not in ancient Judah living through a locust plague, the locusts still exist. Not literal insects, but spiritual locusts. Things that eat away at people slowly over time is sin, addiction, shame, bitterness, sexual brokenness, fear, anxiety, and cycles of compromise. And just like in Joel, what happens is people wake up one day and realize, I lost years of worship, prayer, walking in purpose, years of being whole. And then this shame starts talking. You ruined it, you wasted it, you can't go back, you're too far. But Joel's message is, yet even now, return to me. That means there's no too late with God. Joel 2:12 says, Return to me with all of your heart. God does not demand perfection first. God calls for surrender first. Restoration begins when we stop running, stop hiding, and return. And it might look like repenting, confessing, coming back to church, getting accountability, or simply praying again after a long time. God restores more than what you lost. This is important. God doesn't only restore your stuff, he restores your soul. Joel 2:27 says, My people shall never again be put to shame. That means God is not just restoring what happened outwardly. He's restoring your dignity, your identity, peace, and confidence in him. The enemy uses shame to keep people stuck. God uses grace to pull people forward. So if you feel like you've lost years, if you feel like life ate up your peace, if you feel like the locust destroyed your calling, Joel's message is still true. Yet even now, return to me. And God's promise is still alive. I will restore the years, not because you earned it, but because God is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love. So the question isn't, can God restore me? The question is, will I return?